Welcome to episode 10 of Queen's Lariat Podcast. I'm your host, AJ, and today we have another superstar spotlight, this time on the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. But first, I just want to discuss a little bit about the matches I'm looking forward to for WrestleMania weekend and also WrestleMania week. The first set of matches I'm looking forward to is Bianca Belair versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's World Championship. I know a lot of people are not into the build for this match, but I think it's actually kind of solid. I am in the group of people who think Rhea should not be in this match, in that she comes off as a crybaby during this whole build. But I think Bianca and Io have been doing terrific jobs during the build for this feud. The next match I'm looking forward to is for the women's tag team championships, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyrie and Bayley. Now, I have been really, really impressed the last couple of weeks with Lyra. And yes, I know she should be defending her women's intercontinental title, but I'll take Lyra on the card doing whatever. But I'm really excited for this match, really excited to see what Lyra does at her first WrestleMania. And also excited to see Bayley in there and Liv and Raquel. All right. Next match is Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I think this match is going to be fantastic. The story going into it, the build, the feud, their Twitter exchanges has been phenomenal. I'm ready to see Jade and Naomi take the next step as wrestlers. And I'm also excited to see what the future holds for both of these wrestlers. Okay, and my next match I'm excited for is the Women's North American title match, the ladder match for the Women's North American title. Right now the field looks pretty good, and I know there's 2 more spots left, and I'm excited to see who gets that. I am rooting for Sol Ruka to win, but we'll see. The next match I'm looking forward to is the women's NXT women's title match. Now, this whole build has been confusing because first you had Stephanie as the double champion, and then she vacated the women's North American title, and then I thought it was going to be Stephanie versus Jordan versus Jada, and then they brought Julia back out of nowhere, which begs to which gets me thinking to why did they even take the title off of Julia to begin with if she wasn't that injured, unless they were just they really didn't know if she was going to be ready for a stand and deliver or not. But I'm still looking forward to that match. It should be a good match. And I'm also pretty excited for the direction they're going with Julia. Now, I'm not 100% sure if it's a heel turn or if it's just for the match or whatever, but I like the fact that they're finally giving Julia a more depth to her character. Like, they brought her in and just had her as this smiling baby face, which if you watch any of Julia before she got to WWE, you know that she is nowhere near a smiling baby face. But I'm excited to see where this goes for her and for the other women in the match. And next, the matches I'm looking forward to is at Stardom Grand Queendom on the 27th of April. So I think it's maybe a week after Mania. But anyways, I'm looking forward to Saya Kamatani versus Tam Nakano. I'm looking forward to Mei Sera versus Suzu Suzuki and Azumi versus Starlight Kid for the white belt. It should be a great Grand Queendom is looking like it could be show of the year for me already, because they have a pretty stacked card there. But anyways, on to our episode. So, Bianca Belair debuted for NXT in 2016. And she also was in the Mae Young Classic that year. She is a two-time WWE Women's Champ. She is a one-time SmackDown Women's Champ, which is now the Women's World Champion. A two-time Women's Tag Champ, once with Jade, which they actually lost the titles and then they got them back. And then once with Naomi. And then that happened after Naomi attacked Jade. She is a Women's Royal Rumble winner. She won the Elimination Chamber this year. She was named the New York Post, ESPN, and Pro Wrestling Insider's Female Wrestler of the Year for 2022. Her and Jade also was named the 2024 Pro Wrestling Illustrated Tag Team of the Year. A couple of fun facts about Bianca is that she is an all-American track and field athlete when she was in the University of Tennessee. All right, so on to my opinion about Bianca Belair. A few words come to mind when I think of Bianca, and that's generational and inspirational. Bianca Belair is a one-of-a-kind, once-in-a-blue-moon talent. She is athletic. She is powerful. She is beautiful. She can do almost anything in the ring. If it's she fits with almost every wrestler. She's had terrific feuds with the likes of Bayley, Becky Lynch, Asuka. She's just phenomenal in ring. One moment I think of when I think of her in the word inspirational is WrestleMania 37. Her and Sasha Banks being the first two Black women to main event of WrestleMania. And that moment where you see her and Sasha standing across from each other at the beginning of the match, and both of them are brought to tears from the sheer energy of the moment. That is probably the only time I shed a tear for professional wrestling. Bianca Belair is such an inspiration, not only to young Black women and girls, but to Black people in general and the women in general. She is not only a great wrestler in ring, but she is a great person outside of the ring. From her doing so much stuff for like charity, doing interviews and everything for WWE, making time for people, making time to sign stuff for fans and everything. Bianca Belair is just a tremendous person inside and outside of the ring. Also, she makes her own ring attire for every event. And that just shows me the hard work and dedication that Bianca Belair has for professional wrestling. And like I said, Bianca Belair is truly one of a kind and one of the best women's wrestlers in modern wrestling. So, like, Bianca Belair is just, like I said, she's just such an inspiration. And it puts a smile on my face to watch her wrestle every week. But that's it for my episode today. You can follow me on Twitter. And you can also check out my podcast on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. And I'm out.